If your business goals have anything to do with financials, perhaps you want to pay less in taxes, increase your personal pay, scale your business, pay your employees more. If there is a financial component to any part of your business goals, the key to solving, accomplishing, conquering those goals all starts with your bookkeeping. And if your bookkeeping isn't accurate, your ability to conquer these goals is now compromised because you're working with crap data. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the action necessary to ensure your financial transactions are categorized correctly. Because that's the first part of bookkeeping, is ensuring that your financial transactions, how your money comes in and out of your business, is classified properly. And if you stick to the end of the video, I'll give you a bonus tip on how you can go in to see transactions that have already been classified if they were done so correctly. But real quick, if you're new here, my name is Cheryl, my business partner Katrina and I own Empowered to Profit, where we help small business owners just like you put more of your revenue into your personal account. That way you can live out those hopes, goals, and dreams for your life. We are in a sample company here, so all of this is fake transactions. But when you are in your QuickBooks, the first way to categorize is you're going to head over to transactions. And if your bank account is connected, which it should be, you will see a whole bunch of transactions down here. Now, to ensure that you're categorizing them correctly, you don't want to just hit the add button or the match. You want to make sure that it's set up to the correct payee and it's categorized not necessarily by what QuickBooks says, but by what you say. So for example, Books by Bessie. I don't want to categorize this to uncategorized income. I would click on it and then I would change the account to one that would make sense. So Books by Bessie could be a service. I have no idea. Let's do an expense, a rental. Okay, we're going to come over here. We're going to put in the vendor a rental. We're going to add new. Save it just enough to get by. And then over here, this account, this is what's going to classify your transactions. So let's call this rent or lease. We are renting whatever. And then from there, you can click add. Now, say you have a transaction. Let's just pick another one. Let's say Hicks Hardware. What if part of Hicks Hardware is for your business and then perhaps part of it is personal? How do you split a transaction? This is how you would do it. You would come over here on the bottom, it says split, and this is going to put a portion of that transaction into different categories. So we paid Hicks Hardware, that's correct. Part of it was supplies. We have supplies. Let's say we did $20 in supplies, and then let's pretend the other $4.38 was a personal draw. Let's see if they have an equity account. Not the one I wanted. Okay, so we're going to say owner's draw. And this would go to an equity account. And what we're doing here is showing that it was a personal expense. So we're reducing our equity. We can put it right there. Sounds great. And this would be for $4.38. And again, you could have two categories in your chart of accounts. Perhaps you purchased from Amazon and some of it is office supplies, and then some of it is COGS. You can just come in here and separate it. The key, you'll know you did this correctly, is if this difference is 0, you hit apply and accept. So let me show you what that looks like on your chart of accounts. So come up here, hit the gear icon. We're going to hit chart of accounts, and we just added that to supplies. So let's pull up our supplies. Okay, see right here, see how I only put $20 in here because we split that transaction. So let's go find that other remaining $4.38. Come back to your chart of accounts. and this is showing that $4.38. So that entire transaction is accounted for. We just split it up into different categories. Now, real quick, this is what we do if we want to check to see if items were categorized correctly. We would come over here and we're going to run a report. We're going to look at the P&L, and I like to spot check. So you could run it for any period of time. So we're looking at 2024. Pick a category, make sure these numbers seem reasonable, and pick one where you're like, does that seem reasonable? For example, let's say fuel. Perhaps that looks high. Click your fuel. And what you're going to do is, do all of these make sense? Oh yeah, it does. Great. Go back. Check a few more. This way we can know if items are being categorized correctly. Oh, do we pay? What are all these charges? That seems odd for a month and a half. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yep, that is legal. Great job. That is my accounting team. Okay, that all makes sense. But if it doesn't, you can go in and change it. And why does this matter? Because if you are running your profit and loss report, for example, and you are going off of these numbers and saying, oh, my COGS is $405, but actually a bunch of things down here were COGS, you're building your financial plan, you're building all of that off of bad data. And you just don't want to do that. So real quick, how we split those transactions or categorize them is you come over to transactions on the left. We can come up here to bank transactions. You can go in and then categorize it. This is the key. And hit add. If you want to split it, you do it down here. Now, say you accidentally add something. Here's a little bonus tip since I'm in here. You can go into items that have been already categorized, and you can just hit the undo button. That's all. So you can undo it and redo it, and it'll go right back into that for review category. Now that you know how to categorize your transactions, I encourage you to go back into your file and check. Have you been categorizing things correctly? Do they need a couple edits? Take a quick look. It will take you less than 5 minutes. It's key that your data is accurate so you can achieve those goals, those hopes, and your bookkeeping is the first part to your tax return, and nobody wants to pay the IRS a dime more than they have to. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and have a great day.